It is best to think about technology and technology utilization as a journey. TRAK Machine Tools is very well placed to assist job shops with this journey. We understand the process of moving people on the shop floor from one level of technology to the next, to the next, to the next. That process has got to accelerate. Digitalization and its related software and other applications are more complex. They will require more partnerships for our customers, and we're very well positioned to be one of those key partners.
Back in 1982, we developed a prototyping CNC control that we called a ProtoTRAK. At that time, all machining in prototype work was done manually. We now feel like it's time to bring that into serious, larger production. We have embraced a relationship with Siemens, and we believe that the combination between our expertise in small shops and Siemens' expertise with technology will be very advantageous and have an impact on production machining.
This advance we're taking into the Siemens SINUMERIK ONE CNC marks a transition for us, but also a transition for our customers into a world where digitalization and simulations and the digital twin will enable shops to go further and faster.
SINUMERIK ONE is leaps and bounds. It's a whole nother way of thinking about what you can do with a machine tool. And I have to say, the game changer is in the digital twin. The digital twin takes the engine that is in the hardware and puts it into a PC-based digital twin.
As you can see, it's a life-size replica of the real machine down to the nuts and bolts. The value of all this is a lot of this can be done before we actually have the physical machine on site. So many of our engineers, they can start to work on their part of the project before we have the real machine. The next phase of this is for essentially end users who want to use the product. So they too get a benefit that they can do all of their setups offline on a laptop computer or desktop computer. And then when they're done, they can take this information and copy it to the real machine to continue to make their parts.
By doing all that processing offline, you can really maximize what you can do on the machine tool. So you're doing your collision avoidance, process optimization, cycle time analysis, finish analysis, all offline. So when you go to put the part on the machine, that means you're just cutting parts.
The reason we chose the SINUMERIK ONE is we believe it's the closest match to what our ProtoTRAK control is about. And what I mean by that, it's very easy to learn, it's conversational in nature, so you don't have to know a lot of G codes or M codes. You can walk up to the control and it has a conversational look to it. And so on this particular screen, for example, it tells you how to go about touching off a tool on one side of the part. I would, again, move my tool up against the edge, and when I'm there, I hit set 0 and it sets my location right at that point. There's countless examples of things like that within the control that'll make it very easy for people to get up to speed and be productive on this machine tool.
From the standpoint of transition, Siemens was a key choice for us, and that's mostly because of features that they have. The shop mill and shop turn mimic pretty closely our conversational programming. Now once that transition takes hold, that's where the power begins. Customers will now find themselves on a platform that can be extended into more complex 5-axis machining and into software products that work on top of a layer of automation, which will give them a whole range of opportunities for simulation and for applying their know-how and ingenuity into really being competitive.
Working with TRAK Machine Tools has been absolutely eye-opening. TRAK Machine Tool recognizes that in order to embrace the amount of productivity that customers can get out of their machines, they really need to innovate. They really need a platform to help their companies grow.
It's this promise of digitalization that we're really pursuing with this partnership with Siemens. They are the leaders in this technology. Their vision has been wrapped around this process, and we believe very strongly that this will shape the future.